Kamiyah Mobley was kidnapped back in 1998.
Since January 13th, 2017,
a baby girl found alive.
Each phase of Gloria Williams' life has been scrutinized.
Is now back here in Jacksonville tonight.
Detectives would warn her parents just before the arrest.
It's getting ready to come out. I want y'all to know now, because you are Gloria's parents. It's getting ready to be a media storm here.
The news swept the country. The discovery that a missing baby from 1998 had been found. And at the center of the story, a young woman torn.
What I've been through is hard.
Between the woman who named her Alexis Manigo.
Of course, I'm not going to say, throw her in jail and throw away the key.
And her birth parents who didn't know if she, Kamiyah Mobley, was dead or alive.
I don't want to see so many years, but I understand a crime was done, So I understand some punishment has to be rendered.
Now on May 3rd, Judge Marian Aho will begin hearing arguments on both sides. Defense attorneys not connected to the case say the judge could take into account Williams' treatment of Mobley for all these years and her mental state. Witnesses told police she was emotional over a miscarriage when she drove from South Carolina to University Hospital in Jacksonville. State prosecutors could call the parent victims who lost something priceless.
Please bring me back my child.
Their daughter's childhood.
That's all I ask from you is my child back.
And that was Julia Janae with that story. Our live team coverage will continue tomorrow as Williams awaits sentencing. Now, we do know that Kamiyah Mobley will be attending that sentencing hearing, but we're told by her father that she does not want to take the stand. Our Keitha Nelson will be live at the courthouse and will sit down with the man who drew up the first suspect sketch of Williams.